Hi. In the previous part, we already finished discussing the consumer decision process and supporting communication. In this part, we will continue to focus on online purchasing decision. The stage of the consumer decision process are basically the same whether the consumer is offline or online. And on the other hand, the general model of consumer behavior requires modification to take into account new factors and the unique features of e-commerce that allow new opportunities to interact with the customers online also need to be accounted for. So, please focus on the point the decision process of the decision process of online and offline are similar, and the general online behavior model that may affected by the unique feature of e-commerce, as we already discussed in the unit 1 introduction to e-commerce and e-business, that there are 8 key unique features of e-commerce that include the ubiquity, global reach, universal standards, the social technology, personalization, customization, information density, interactivity, and richness, and these should be accounted for the new opportunities to react and interact with the customer online. So the general online behavior model does focus on the user characteristics, certainly the product characteristic, certainly that focus on the user and the product characteristic themselves. And the general online behavior model that also affected by the website features, the attitudes toward online purchasing, and perception about control over the web environment. And the last one, the clickstream behavior. And here we have modified the general model of consumer behavior to focus on user characteristics, product characteristic, and website and mobile platform features, along with traditional factors such as brand strength, specific market communication, advertising, and the influence of both online and offline social network. In this general model of online consumer behavior, the decision to purchase is shaped by background demographic factors, several intervening factors, and finally influenced greatly by clickstream behavior, very near to the precise moment of purchase. So, a model of online consumer behavior describe the user characteristic that influence online consumer behaviors are follow the culture, the social norms, psychological factors, background demographic factors. The intervening factors that influence online consumer behavior are as follows: brand, marketing, communication, firm capabilities, website and mobile platform, consumer skill, product characteristic, and purchasing attitude, perceived behavior, cultural, and social networks. The decision to purchase is influenced greatly by clickstream behavior very near to the purchase. So we should focus on the clickstream behavior and consider whether the customer can make an order or purchase due to the what reason. And most people stop at this point. That can be the potential customer online have their uh, basic characteristic from the cultural, the social, psychological, and background demographic, and so on, and already consider the brand, the marketing, the communication, the website, and the other platform that they can search for the products, and they can uh, compare the different product and get the information and feature and characteristic of the products with the online resources, online information. But they stop at this point and never purchase online, so we can call it as the shoppers, the browser, and the buyers. So there are two types of shoppers online. The first group can be considered as the browser only that never make actually an order online, and the other group that the buyers group. So here's quite interesting figures that the shoppers, over 90% of internet users are shopper, but uh, 80% are buyers. I myself think that 80% are buyers of the internet user just in the US market only, but in the other market, especially in Vietnam, the percentage may much lower. That I myself think that in the Vietnamese in the Vietnam retail online retail market, the most of the shoppers are the browser only, and few of them are the buyers. That are the browser that they can search for information on internet, and actually they purchase offline only. And even we have the omni-channel retail, for example, Nguyễn Kim, Thế giới di động, and the other electronic devices suppliers, they own the physical stores as well as the online catalog or the website and the series of ecosystem online. However, the shoppers, the internet user search for information online for the smartphones, the computer, for laptop and tablets online, and actually they are the browser online only, and they purchase offline mostly. And but the figures in the US that online research influenced about $2.6 trillion of retail purchase in 2017. And online traffic also influenced by offline brands and shopping. And so again, the brand awareness also considered as the most important in the uh, online or offline behavior. So we can answer the question why customers choose Amazon instead of the series, a bunch, millions of other B2C website on internet. That's based on the brand awareness. So brand in offline and in online also is the very important factor that affects the online consumer behavior. And what consumers shop for and buy online. And here's a figure show the most popular products and services that consumers shop online. And the big ticket items, 1,000 or more, in the travel, computer hardware, electronics, the consumers are now more confident in purchasing the higher value items than the micro uh, value items. The small items that less than 100 or less, that clothes, uh, books, office supplies, and software. The micropayment items that lower than $10 are hard to sell online, except one product, one kind of product. Can you guess? Guess of the products of one kind of product that have the micro payment value that less than $10 can sell online. Not the electronic devices, electronic accessory, office supplies, or even the consumer products. Only digital products. For example, the music, you listen to music online, or the games online, or the applications, the apps, the mobile apps with lower than $10, the games, the music, and apps lower than $10 can sell online. That micropayment. And most of the big item and small items should be around $10 can sell online, because at the moment we have the different e-commerce platform in Vietnam like Lazada, Tiki, Shopee, and so on. You may uh, search for products more than 10, about 10 to 20 dollars, or 200 to 300 or 400,000 Vietnam dong. You may purchase online, and the deliver uh, cost maybe account for 10% of them, acceptable price, acceptable cost for you. But let's think of the big items like travel, like e-tickets, especially for airlines and so on. Normally, people can shop online for that kind of items and products. And there's one more point interesting, that sales of bulky goods, furniture, and large appliances rapidly expanding in e-commerce at the moment. And how consumers shop online, that how shoppers find online vendors that are highly intentional and goal oriented, and mostly the search engines are the place for the online customers search for information and find the online vendors. And another place, that Amazon, eBay, or other B2B2C e-marketplace. For example, Lazada, Tiki, Shopee in Vietnam are the popular place for shoppers find online vendors. And specific retail site, for example, Nguyễn Kim, Thế giới di động, they have specific retail site for electronics devices and accessory. And the figures in the US, that about 8% of internet users do not shop online. So what's the reason? The trust factor. Yes, the trust factor effect. The uh, internet user do not shop online. They do not trust the internet. They do not trust the online vendors also. And the hassle factors like shipping costs, and the returns condition uh, can contribute to the reason why the customer do not shop online. And in Vietnam, shipping cost can be considered as one key point for people to consider shop online or offline, or choose from this platform or the other platform. For example, in the past, Lazada.vn provides quite appropriate and acceptable shipping costs, where while the Shopee only most of the products in Shopee uh, that allow the free shipping cost. So people and consumers switch from Lazada to Shopee, and the reason why Lazada drop is transaction value due to the increase of shipping costs in the last 2 years. And so they have to change their policy in shipping costs to again acquire and maintain the customer loyalty. And the trust, utility, and opportunism in online markets, the two most important factors shaping decision to purchase online, that the utility, that better prices, convenience and speed of products delivery, and the second, the trust. Trust is a perception of credibility, easy to use, and perceive a risk. The sellers develop trust by building strong reputation for honesty, fairness, and delivery. And in the past, due to the low trust in Shopee platform, the transaction value in Shopee quite low. But later, they based on the delivery cost, shipping cost quite cheap, sometimes free, but quite cheap in comparison with Tiki and Lazada. And then the reputation for honesty and the fairness, and especially the reputation of the seller on Shopee increase, and the trust increase also, and the transaction value in Shopee increase in the last 2 years, totally different with the 3 years before. And now you can see more and more people, they talk about the Shopee platform more often, rather more often in comparison with Lazada, Tiki, or even Sendo or the other platform. In the near future, in Vietnam retail market, Vietnam online retail market, such platform like Shopee, Tiki, Lazada, they should continue to build trust to the customers, to rather than the better price or convenience, to attract the customer. And we can they can improve the percentage of the buyer rather than the browser only. So we just discussed about the shoppers, the browser, the buyers, as well as the consumer behavior online. In the next part of the this chapter and unit, we will discuss about the digital commerce marketing and advertising strategy and tools. This will be very interesting content, and we will discuss about it in the part 3 of this chapter. Thank you for listening.